What's good, guys? It's your boy TD. I'm back again with another video, guys. I'm sorry I'm a little late today, but we getting some overtime in because it's Thanksgiving week. So guys, that's why I'm a little late, but I'm here. Let's get started. I'm waiting for y'all guys to come in. So I'm gonna talk about some waiver wire additions and stuff. So the first person in the chat, if you can hear me, hit the thumbs up button or hit OK in the chat. Can you hear me? Guys in the chat, can y'all hear me? Is my microphone working? Hit OK in the chat to let me know my microphone was working. So you hear me, Dave? Okay, appreciate that, bro. Let's get started. So, Dave, let's get you. Since you're here, the first one in the chat, bro, you can direct the conversation. So, what you want me to go over first, as far as waiver wire additions, Dave, or whatever? If you got a question, if you don't got a waiver wire question, it doesn't matter, Dave. But we can talk about something else. So, you want me to go to quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends? So, guys, I guess I'll get started. I guess I'll pick. I was trying to get somebody in the chat to pick, but I guess maybe we just by ourselves. So, I'm gonna start with the quarterbacks. Okay, that's fine, Dave. That's fine. You ain't gotta have a waiver question. You good, bro? Jonathan Taylor is getting to work, but bro, is it enough work to be a winning player? I don't know. I never said drop him. I'm just not putting him in my lineup to play musical chairs until he had that dominant game, and you know they're giving him 25 carries every week. I'm not playing. I'm not gonna have that guy come in and he get 8 points and they win the game. And I just don't. So I like Naeem Hines the best. I feel like Naeem Hines has the best floor. I don't believe that. I believe every week he can at least give you 10 points. Jonathan Taylor, I feel like that can waver, and Jonathan Wilkins, who even know what they're gonna do with him from week to week. So yeah, man. But yeah, they starting to give him some work, man. He's looking a little bit better, right? We don't want him to be a dud. We don't want him to be a flop. You know, it looked like they took him in the first round. Looked like he could be a flop a little bit, but I believe he's talented. So I'm gonna talk about quarterbacks, guys. So the first quarterback that I'm gonna talk about, for as a waiver wire addition, is Andy Dalton. I like Andy Dalton, guys. Now he's not a fan. I'm not a fan of him, but he showed you that they have been practicing. They are getting better, and that he's getting on the same page with these receivers. Dallas, the offensive line, that's the key. If they can protect Andy decent enough, Andy can find Amari Cooper. He can find Michael Gallup, which dropped a lot of balls. Andy Dalton. So if the offensive line is back and they healthy, they give him a little bit of time. Andy Dalton can be a streamable quarterback just to get you by. Let's get on to another quarterback, guys. Another quarterback that I think that you can use is Alex Smith. Now, he didn't have, I had him this week because I didn't have Josh Allen out on the bye. He didn't give me a lot of points. But guys, he's not turning the ball. He don't look herky jerky. I'm okay with that if I had to stream or quarterback. So Alex Smith going against Dallas this week, guys, is not a bad matchup. So guys, if you're in the chat, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and also subscribe to this channel if you're new here, guys. I appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate everybody tuning in. And another quarterback is obvious, guys, by my thumbnail, and also what he did is Taysom Hill. Guys, it's going to be some big decisions. Some of y'all quarterbacks that have been outside the top 12, you're going to have to decide between Taysom Hill and those guys. So, I wouldn't tell nobody to sit Lamar Jackson for Taysom Hill, but that might be a winning move. I'm not going to tell you to do that, but that could be a winning move, guys. So let me answer one of the questions in the chat. So my homie Rex says, how do you feel about Bengals people now that Burrow is out for the season, fantasy-wise? Bro, I'm dropping him. I'm dropping him. Only person that might be fantasy valuable if Joe Mixon comes back, which I doubt, and Gio Bernard. I'm not playing anybody else. I'm not saying they're not gonna have a good fantasy week, but who wants to predict what Ryan Finley gonna do with that offense now? They don't have a great offensive line. That's why Joe Burrow was always running for his life. That's why he got hit the way he did. Before the injury, he got like hit hard on the goal line and fumbled because he's always running for his life, guys. The offensive line isn't good as it should be. So they need to draft some better guys to help protect Joe Burrow. I never want my rookie quarterback getting hurt in his first year, like that type of injury. That's a terrible thing to do. I'm not saying his career is over anything. I just don't like that. So yeah, man, good question, man. Good statement, bro. I don't feel good about the Bengals receivers or anything, or the running backs either. If I got better plays than Gio and T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd, I'm gonna do that. So my homie Kevin says, "Hey TD, lost to Taysom Hill, bro. I know. I had Taysom Hill, but I picked him up in one of my leagues, and I didn't really need him, but I couldn't let nobody else get him." He says, "Lost to Taysom Hill, and now I'm out of the playoffs." Wow. Learning a lot from you this season. Appreciate that, bro. Hopefully even more next. Yep. Thanks and help along the way. Yeah, man, no problem, bro. I hope it wasn't my fault, Kevin, that you lost. Because if it was, man, I'm sorry about that, bro. And we can get better for next year and stuff. But yeah, man, that'd be terrible, man. It'd be terrible if I gave you some advice and you cost you to lose, bro. So guys, let's get on. So yep, and also guys, another streamer quarterback is Kirk Cousins. Nice game trend. So yeah, I love Kirk Cousins. This week, guys, they playing against Carolina. Carolina does have a good pass defense, but it doesn't scare me. When you have a strong run game and you decent at quarterback, you're gonna have some good fantasy weeks. So if I have to play Kirk Cousins, I'm fine with that, guys. And that's us quarterbacks each week that got better matchups. Hopefully, and I'm not a big fan of him. Like I did do a video on this guy, but the weather's been terrible for him. And this is Baker Mayfield, guys. I believe Baker Mayfield is a better quarterback than what the numbers are showing. He's just been in 3 bad weather games. But they won 2 out of those games, two games out of those 3 games, guys. So so I just don't believe he's a bad play this week. So let's get on to let's say the tight ends. So let me see what the questions in the chat is. No, I lost because Herbert and Hill, not you. Okay, that's good, Kevin. I'm glad it wasn't my fault. But bro, you like I said, man, we're gonna I got some great content coming for you for the off season, bro. And trust me, I'm gonna have your draft. It's gonna be nasty, bro. So Rex says, I think he might be new. Nice to be. I'm glad you're here, Rex. Says, I'm holding on to Boyd just in case, but I agree with you, man. I got the Bengals kicker. He missed a lot too, even though he was great the last 10 weeks. Yeah, man, when something happened like that, it's like everybody just feel it. Like, oh my God, that happened to Joe. He's so young. He playing so great. That's not cool. So it just kind of brings the spirit of the team down. And this is what I'm thinking for the next couple of weeks. The spirit will be down, guys. They don't believe in Ryan and Philly. So I'm not messing with those players. And if they show you something, maybe in the playoffs, you can stream one of those guys. Like he holding on to Tyler. He don't want to give nobody else Tyler Boyd where he has to play fab for him. And I get that, bro, if you got room on your bench. So, yeah, good statement, bro. Rex also says Baker Mayfield is weird because they want to run all day with Chubb and Hunt. That's good. That's true. But man, the weather's been bad. So I don't believe he can overcome the weather. His hands is not really that big. So when you have bad weather, quarterbacks with smaller hands struggle a little bit. Ask Troy Aikman. He struggled a lot in weather. So, man, I believe with better weather games, man, Baker will have a game. Man, he's a streamer. He's not an everyday play. I believe like you can stream him in the playoffs and end up getting a very good quarterback numbers that can help you win your leagues, guys. That's what I believe about Baker. It goes along with my video that I did on Baker about 5 weeks ago. But yeah, man, you're right, Rex, about that. They running the ball 75% of the time, and that's a good recipe to win. Kevin says, can't wait to see that offseason content. Yeah, bro, I'm giving it to you. What's up, Ryan? Good to see you, bro. My homie BMC Machine is here. What's up, TD? He says, what's up, bruh? BMC Machine. He said, I need 24 points between AB and Woods to pick up the victory tonight. Any reason to worry? No, bro. You got the best player of the night, AB. He in the slot. Jalen Ramsey ain't coming in the slot. He don't want none of that smoke. I said what I said. He don't want none of that smoke with AB. So AB should get 10 targets tonight. I believe the outside receivers might struggle. And if they bring Mike Evans in the slot, I believe Jalen coming in there. That's what I believe. He might not, but I believe they're not gonna let Mike Evans get one-on-one with linebackers. They're gonna keep him down and work and try to funnel the defense to the other guys, and leave him on the island. So yeah, man. I think you got a chance, bro. You got. Let me see. You got Woods. I like Woods, man. A lot of people like to go to Cup, but Woods is that number one. Even because he don't score a lot, don't mean that he's not the number one. Woods is the number one, man. You can get a rushing touchdown from him. You can get a passing touchdown, bro. So yeah, AB and Woods are nice plays, bro. You can get those 12 points between those guys, man. Feel good about that, bro. And listen, I'm not trying to talk about anything if it don't happen, but if it don't happen, bro, you had the two right guys to play. I'm pretty sure that's the best that you could draft on your team and pick up off the waiver wire. So, bro, I like those two picks. I love AB tonight. And guys, as far as my DFS, that's who I'm putting in my captain spot. AB. I said what I said. Also, Ryan says, would you rather have Godwin or Mostert going into the fantasy playoffs? Mostert. I'd rather have Mostert, man. He's explosive, bro. Thank you, BMC. I appreciate that thumbs up. Guys, don't forget to share this stream and also thumbs it up. Also subscribe to the channel if you're new. Rex also says, what are your thoughts on Brandon Cooks? Man, he's playing with the number one quarterback in the last 8 weeks, which is Deshaun Watson, but has a terrible playoff matchup. So I don't know about the playoffs, bro. But he can be a garbage time receiver. So what they shutting Will Fuller down? And, Arsenal is down by 2 touchdowns. I'll wait for a right matchup, and if I have to play him, then you play him. And don't worry about matchups in the playoffs because he's the number 2 receiver. Will Fuller in the playoffs? I don't know. And listen, that don't mean Deshaun Watson can't overcome. He can overcome his bad matchups. But I'm just giving all the numbers in the best matchup. So I'm not going to tell you Deshaun Watson is a great playoff quarterback because his matchups doesn't show that. But he can overcome that. And so can Cooks too, bro. So good question, man. So guys, let's get on to some tight ends. So one tight end, I talked about him a lot. I've done videos on is Logan Thomas. This is the tight ends. You can't get disappointed with what they do, guys, because they get targeted the less of all positions. So Logan Thomas is a nice play, and he's with a nice sound quarterback, Alex Smith. Alex Smith is not making a bunch of crazy mistakes like Dwayne Haskins was, guys. So don't be scared to play Logan Thomas. If you have to, you're probably not going to have Taysom Hill again this week. So you might have to go to Logan Thomas, and that's fine. Like I said, other than Darren Waller and Travis Kelce, we're all struggling on the tight end spot. We all are struggling. So let's on my next tight end, guys, is Eric Ebron. Now, that's a lot of mouths to feed, so I think he's playing musical chairs, just trying to hit. But it's tight end. You can do that at this position. So yeah, you can play Eric Ebron. Now, playing him this week against Baltimore can be a little iffy, but if they choose to take away Claypool and Deontay, that can leave Ebron with a lot of one-on-one targets that can score 2 touchdowns or a touchdown. So Eric Ebron is a nice streamer for this week, guys. Another nice play for us tight end, guys, is Richard Rodgers from Philly. He's the number 2 tight end. Now, I haven't seen anything about Ertz coming back, or they playing Ertz over Richard Rodgers. So you play that number 2 tight end. That's probably a bit better than playing Alshon Jeffrey or anybody else. Fulgham, I don't know. I'm not playing anybody on this offense because I don't like Carson Wentz. I call them herky-jerky quarterbacks. They just don't got no game flow from them. They look like a deer in headlights in the pocket. But Richard Rodgers is part of this offense. They run a double tight to help protect your boy, the quarterback. So Richard Rodgers is a good fantasy viable from week to week. Carson Wentz just need all the protection he need in the pocket. So they run a lot of double tights. So that's going to put him out there to get targets. To get on to my next one, guys, because this is another guy that I talked about at the tight end spot, is Mike Gesicki. Now, I like Mike Gesicki because, guys, he's extremely talented. Now, Tua is young. Now to get off a little bit on the subject, by them benching Tua was a mistake. You never ever bench a rookie quarterback in his first year. If you don't want to bench him, then you don't play him because he's not ready. Why do you think Andy Reid bought Pat Mahomes out to Kansas City the last 2 to 3 games of the season? Because he knew there's nothing that Pat Mahomes could do to be benched. So you don't put a guy in the middle of the season and like, oh, well, that wasn't the best chance for us to win. Bro, why'd you switch the quarterback? You should have waited to the last game of the season and kept Fitzpatrick in there. So that's their fault. That's like, guys, that's like telling your significant other, today I don't want to hold your hand. Guys, she or he gonna be doubting for the rest of that relationship. Like, why didn't you want to hold my hand today? Like, if you didn't want to do that, you should have said you don't hold hands and never ever hold my hand. So you don't go back and forth. So they gonna have a lot to prove. I love what Miami was doing. I love what the head coach was doing. But before this move, I don't know. I'm waiting to see, bro, because that was dumb. You should have never ever bench Tua. Why you bench Tua? You trying to make the playoffs? If you're trying to make the playoffs, keep Fitzpatrick in there. So, guys, I'm sorry I went on a tangent, but I just had to say that. But Mike Gesicki is a stream talent. He can jump, he can run. He got nice size. He just need to be. They just need to find a role for him in this offense, and it might take a little bit more time with Tua. But Fitzpatrick can get him the ball. So, guys, just move on. So, my last tight end, but not least, is Irv Smith Jr. I talked about him. He just didn't have a great game this week, but it doesn't matter. He has a great running back, and when you have a great running back and a great run game, that tight end, if he any kind of talented, he's going to get off. So, I love Irv Smith going forward, guys. And, guys, like I said, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button on this video and also subscribe to this channel, guys. But yeah, Irv Smith Jr. is a great talent. I believe he's going to have some big games going forward. They do got Carolina going forward. Carolina is decent against tight ends, but what about that run game that they got to stop? So you got to stop that run game. That's one-on-one with the tight end. I don't think they got any Luke Kuechly's out there right now. So, guys, let me see what's going on in the chat. Okay, we talked about Brandon Cooks. Rex says, people were saying that Watson had a horrible matchup this week. Then he came through for me for 45 points. You're right, Rex. So that's why fantasy is fantasy. All you can do is get the information out there to everybody, and then it's up to you to make the decision. I would never tell you, you better do this, but if you do this, you're going to be wrong. Because you can play the weakest matchup out there, and it's hit, and everybody was wrong. So, guys, I'm just going to give you the information and the breakdown and tendencies, and then you make decisions for yourself because things can happen. It's fantasy. So yeah, man, you're right. Hey, good play, Rex. That was smart play to put the stick with Watson. BMC Machine says, I got stung by the tight end bug. Big Goose said from Hayden Hurst. Yeah, man. And I had him in my top 10 for this week. So I take responsibility for that too, bro. But Julio went down. And remember, guys, that's why I give y'all a breakdown when I talk. If Julio's out, it's not really a good thing to play Matt Ryan or any of those players. You can, but the bank on them, Julio sets all them and takes them to a whole nother level. So, and I'm getting off subject a little bit, but I'm going to go on to one receiver right now just because I'm on this subject. I like Olamide Zaccheaus. I like Olamide Zaccheaus this week. He's very talented. So I don't know. I don't think they're going to play Julio. Julio is 30-some years old with a hamstring injury, and y'all out the playoffs. If Julio goes out here and you play him and he snaps their hamstring and he's out, and then next year his speed is messed with, he's not as fast as he used to be, Atlanta is going to be your fault. I said what I said. It's going to be Atlanta's fault. So let me get back to the question. But yeah, bro, Hayden Hurst, man, he just didn't have Julio, bro. So that's what happens. If you don't got Julio, it doesn't make that Atlanta offense flow. But good statement, bro. Blue Crew, it seems like you knew, man. Hope you subscribe to the channel, man. Need 16 points for the win tonight. Who is more likely to get me there, Godwin or Kupp? Woo, that's a good question, man. One guy to get you there, bro. Man, I'm going to say Kupp, man. I like Godwin, man. Bro, if they play Godwin in the slot, yes, I like that. If they put Godwin in the slot, I think that's going to be a big help. But if they don't put Godwin in the slot, I don't see how the outside receiver is going to do very much against this good pass defense. And also, there's a lot of pressure. So I'm thinking quick game from Tom Brady today. Tight ends and Antonio Brown. Godwin can still will get some credit. I think Mike Evans is one that's going to be locked down by the corners. But so I would. Yeah, I just think Jalen's gonna be more on Evans. So, bro, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you Godwin. I'm gonna go with the bell cow and tell you to play Godwin, bro. Uzi, what's good, bro? That's my homie Uzi in there. I see you in the chat. Rex says, "What are your thoughts on the Cowboys looking better this week?" Bro, I'm a Cowboys fan, and my take might not be what you might like, but I'm gonna give it to you raw to what I think. I think McCarthy is a solid coach. I don't like it. I don't think it's innovative. It's not a Jimmy Johnson hire. I was thinking he should go and get a young coach from college and change the scheme to fit Dak. That's what I thought we should do. As soon as they didn't do that, they got Mike McCarthy, which is a regurgitated coach. I don't even got nothing to do with him, bro. So he's good enough to get you set 6 or 7 wins. He's a decent offensive coach. I just don't like it. I feel like Zeke could even be better if he was getting him out in space and running. Imagine like Shanahan type plays that he run with the San Francisco. And look at his tree of all those coaches, from the Rams coach to anybody who's on Daddy Shanahan. They don't make up good run plays for Zeke. It's just like go running in the dust, run over everybody, Zeke. Bruh, he's not Eric Dickerson, and he's not Zeke from 3 years ago. So I just don't like the Cowboys, bruh. We don't need to make the playoffs. We need better draft picks. We need to redo the line. The line has got older. I don't know what's happened with Dak. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they might want to resign Dak and maybe put him on a 1-year deal. I don't know. I'm not really caught up into the Dallas, man. I think it's a chaos. You see how they had to get rid of a lot of the players. They had to let the young players take on to the scheme of the Cowboys, the defensive scheme. And they was almost on mutiny with the coach, bro. So I just don't like the Cowboys, what they doing. I think we probably at the bottom of the 5 teams in the NFL. We got a lot to do. We need to change coaches. And I love Jerry, but if he gonna pick a coach and he gonna be hands on, which I respect that. Then you need to do a better coach than Jimmy Johnson. Since Jimmy Johnson, you got weak coaches that's gonna sit there and put up with your bullshit. So that's what type of team that I think we got. A bullshit ass team because a coach is going to sit down and let him get spanked by Jerry. Jerry, what do you want, Jerry? And I'm not down with that, bro. So I hope I broke that down for you without me getting emotional, man, because I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm a diehard, man. I love the Cowboys. Kev says, what up, TD? What up, Kev? Trey says, would you trade Kamara? I'm worried that Taysom is capping his ceiling. No, bro, because it's going to get better. They know that Taysom, they got to stop Taysom. What you think that's going to do? Open it up for Kamara. You remember, just think about Tim Tebow when he ran all those running backs that are with running quarterbacks, usually have good years, man. So no, bro, I'm not going to drop I'm not getting rid of no Kamara. I wouldn't worry about Kamara. I wouldn't trade him because unless you get Derrick Henry and A.J. Brown, I'm not trading Kamara. I need 2 studs, matchup-proof studs. Because that dude right there, Kamara, is matchup-proof. I said what I said. Just let Taysom Hill, as he get more in the offense, he'll learn how to get Kamara. They're going to get Kamara involved, man. It might not just be all through the run game. It's going to be other ways, even a design screen. So don't drop Kamara. Don't worry about this week, man. It was his first week they learning the offense together, him and Taysom. But yeah, he's not capping his ceiling either, man. Kamara's gonna have a good game because it's gonna open it up. They're gonna be like, we gotta stop Taysom, and then it's gonna be 1-on-1 with a linebacker with Kamara. Kevin says, how many PPR points do you think Tampa Bay and AB will combine for? So TB, so not Tampa Bay. Tom Brady and AB will combine for. I say Tom Brady. I say Tom Brady gets to about 15 to 20 points, and I think AB gets to 15, 20 points. So I would say 40 points at the max. I mean, as far as a great ceiling for him and a flow of, let's say, 12 points between both of them. So let's just say 25 points. But I would expect at least 20 points from both of them tonight. That's what I'm playing for. Good question, bro. Kev says Cleveland defense killed the Eagles this week. Yeah, man, that herky-jerky quarterback. Would you start them against Jacksonville or roll with Seattle versus Philly? Jacksonville. Yeah, man, because Myles Garrett's coming back. If Myles Garrett is back out there on the field, yeah, you got to play him, man. Cleveland defense is not bad. They got some good parts to it. Seattle versus Philly. I do like Seattle versus Philly, man. With the Carlos Dunlap, I would play. I don't know if Jake Luton comes back out there again. Cleveland defense killed it. Yeah, man. I guess I'll play Cleveland against Jacksonville because that quarterback don't look good, man. He's a rookie quarterback, so yeah, I probably would go with that over Seattle because the coach Doug Peterson can come up with some good plays. But at Seattle defenses get ready to change, guys. That's a DST that y'all need to go ahead and start getting in Seattle. Their rest of their schedule looks very good, and it seems like they're gonna play through the run game, which is gonna help the defense. Pete Carroll's about to put his imprint on this team. He's gonna quit letting Russ cook so much. It's not that Russ is like playing terrible. It's just it makes us make more mistakes, and I don't like that football. Like this is what Pete Carroll is saying. He don't like that football. He want to play run game. Russell, you cook when you can, and we play good defense. Yeah, I see the Raiders yesterday, bro. I'm not surprised. That's the Raiders, man. That's John Gruden, man. They're going to play against. So Uzi says, you see the Raiders yesterday? Look, man, the Raiders is going to be a tough team to knock out. Bro, they like 1 year, maybe 2 years away. So sometimes you can go too far. Maybe just 1 year. Maybe after this year, they might be a top contender next year, guys. So, yeah, I love the Raiders going forward. Yep, great fight with the Chiefs. Trey says, I want the Cowboys to sign Urban. Man, see, that's what I'm talking about, bro. So, Trey, why did you want them to sign Urban Meyer? Because that's what it's going to take to change the culture of this team, to get us to be great, to put all our playmakers in the right situation to make plays. Urban is about that. But see, Mike McCarthy's so old school NFL, he don't care nothing about that. He just, this is a scheme, I said run it. No, bro, you got to put your players in the best situation. That's why Andy Reid is so great. He takes his players and puts them in the best situation to thrive. So, yeah, great statement, Trey. So, I'm going to go through some waiver wire acquisitions. Let's get on to, let's go ahead and do receivers. So, guys, one of my receivers that I want, and I talked about a few minutes ago, is Olamide Zaccheaus. Olamide Zaccheaus. Guys, this guy's very talented. He comes from Virginia. So Julio is injured. I don't believe that Julio is going to come out and play. Why would you play Julio when y'all out of the playoffs and he has a hamstring injury? You might as well sit Julio maybe you can play him maybe the last couple games of the season, but right now he needs a break. Don't have him playing with a hurt hamstring. Unless it was just a slight pull and he just got to come out and warm it up and play. I don't believe they wouldn't have held him out as long in that game. They held him out for a long gap in that game, guys. So I love Olamide Zaccheaus. Another guy, and this is a sleeper guy, and I'm telling you now, you may not even have to spend any fab. You don't have to spend any fab on him. And he's a stash. But I'm just telling you, as time go on, this is a guy that if you had to, you could play. This is Steven Sims. I did a video on him earlier before the season. He'd been hurt all year, and they didn't have a good quarterback. But now that they got Alex Smith, you can see he looks like a totally different player. It's just all about the quarterback and the flow. So Steven Sims from the Washington Redskins is a good streamer, guys, or stash to see what happens. Crazy, or if you got to put in a receiver, or one of your guys got cold. Another one, guys, as you can tell, this guy had 2 or 3 drops. I believe that he's not going to have that every week. He just got to get used to the red rifle, red pistol. I'm not going to call it a rifles, no pun intended. But Michael Gallup from Dallas Cowboys, he's the best deep threat. He might be the fastest. I'm not saying he's a better deep threat than CeeDee Lamb, but he got great speed. And he's playing Washington, guys, this week. Michael Gallup should be getting some targets, and he has a lot of big play upside. So I believe he can go a 30, 40-yard pass for a touchdown or whatever. So Michael Gallup is somebody that could be on y'all waivers that you pick up, you stash, or you play whatever you need to do. You're getting ready for the playoffs. Sometimes you got to get guys to keep from other people getting them. So even if they boom on your bench during the playoffs, that's not a guy that you hit on your team the whole season. You just put him on there because you know he's a good player. He's a great guy, good name value. You don't want nobody else picking him up and beating you. That's what will hurt your feelings. A guy, you're like, oh, I don't need him. And then he pick him up and he go for 35 points and you get beat. You like, what the hell? Yeah, that's why you just pick up guys that you know that can boom. So another guy is, and I think Ray named him Curtis 50 Cent Samuel. And if I'm wrong, guys, you put the name in there. It might have been somebody else. Samuel from the Panthers. Now they play in Minnesota. Minnesota is a decent defense, but you know it's not the 5 Bears. So Curtis Samuel, I believe, like is a pretty good play. I like him over like Davis because I believe he's in the pass game and the run game. Even when Christian McCaffrey come back, Curtis Samuel is going to get work. So yeah, Curtis Samuel is not a bad pickup. He's been doing his last 5-6 games. He's a top 10 player. He's been scoring that much in fantasy. So yeah, Curtis 50 Cent Samuel from Carolina Panthers, guys. So my last receiver, but not least, guys, is Breshad Perriman. Now this week he doesn't have a great matchup. The Jets players will win you championships, guys. There's a secret now. I'm telling y'all some golden nuggets. Guys, don't forget to thumbs up this video and also subscribe to this channel. But listen, the Jets players will be winning league players because they playing from behind and Joe Flacco is going to be throwing that thing around. Will they go back and bring back Sam Darnold? I doubt it because Joe Flacco looks more fluent in the offense. So guys like Breshad Perriman, Denzel Mims, and also Gore or P. Ryan, depends on who's healthy in the backfield. P. Ryan didn't do as good because he got hurt. So whoever's healthy, these is guys that you can put in your flex spot. Perriman, Mims, P. Ryan, even Chris Herndon as a tight end. You can play these guys and they can in the flex and you can win your leagues, guys. These guys are on the offense too, but nobody's streaming the number ones and number twos on these. So they can give you number one and number 2 numbers, and you just pick them off the waiver for nothing. So this is how you remember like 2 or 3 years ago, Elijah McGuire, Jamison Crowder was late season additions that won people their leagues. So guys, I'm just giving y'all some golden nuggets. So that's all. So let me get back in the chat, guys. Yep, Trey said, yep, he wanted Urban Meyer. And Rex says, Ezekiel Elliott was my number 1 pick, and I was getting a bit worried about him lately, but it seems like he should be okay now. Not the Zeke with that good, but okay. Yeah, bro, he should be okay. He needs to do something in the offseason. It ain't all Zeke, man. I'm not going to say how like Zeke is terrible. He sucks. I'm not going to say that. It's just the offensive line is not as good as it used to be, and Zeke is not as young as he was when he first came in the league, where he could probably the offensive line wouldn't matter so much. Now he does. He needs a good lane, and he needs to get his steam rolling forward. He needs holes, and the offensive line is not doing it. They did it last week. They looked good last week. Him and Tony Pollard had great runs. So, man, yeah, you might be okay with him. I got rid of him. I traded him. It helped me get into the playoffs. And get into the number 6 spot in one of my leagues that I was, I'm struggling. This is a good league. This is an auction league. And I got rid of them and it helped me out. So, but it's different for different folks. You probably had a good enough team to stash. I didn't. So Trey says Pollard needs more touches though. He looks explosive. Yeah, he looks more explosive because Zeke doesn't look explosive as he used to. So that's the main reason, man. But yeah, Pollard is a play. He's one of the guys I'll talk running back. You can pick him up and play him like as an RB2 or I would say a flex, and he can give you 10 to 15 points easy, guys. So yeah, Tony Pollard is it does look explosive. Aladdin says, "What's going on, Aladdin?" He says, Jordan Reed worth picking up? Yes, he is, guys. Jordan Reed is worth picking up. You pick up Jordan Reed at tight end. That was a guy that I was going to do a video on later outside of my top 5 waiver tight ends today. I was going to do an individual video on Jordan Reed. But since you already said it, bro, I'm still going to do a video. But yeah, pick up Jordan Reed. Jordan Reed is a nice play. You know what Jordan Reed was when he was younger, before he got all the concussions. He was like a receiver playing tight end, and he still has that quickness. Not as much as he did when he was younger, but he still has it. He's So and he's playing in the San Francisco offense. They're gonna get him the ball. My boy Jesse says, "What's going on, Jesse? What's good, bro?" Uzi says, "Herbert is the GOAT." Hey man, you ain't wrong with saying that, man. Ain't nobody ever did that as a rookie, bro. As a rookie quarterback, I'm trying to think of great rookie quarterback seasons. Like Big Ben went to the playoffs, but it was nowhere near the numbers. Nobody ever put up numbers like this. I just can't. I can't think of no quarterback to put up numbers. Had good seasons where they won a lot of games, yes, but the numbers, I've never seen it. So Uzi, you're not wrong by saying he the GOAT. Far as the first year from any quarterback in the history of the game, he on a GOAT status. My boy Rex with another chat says, I played Curtis Samuel last week because of all the experts said he was great and would blow up. He ended up with 2 points, and I lost a week because of it. Yeah, it's edgy, man. That's why I just now got him on for as a top receiver. I think sometimes as trends go through, you get more defined roles. Just like J.K. Dobbins, which he just caught COVID. I hope y'all know that. But I feel like his role was more defined coming into this week, that he was going to get all the work, but he got COVID, so it might not happen. So I believe Curtis Samuel's role can be more defined this week, and he can be where he at least getting a floor of 10 points. But I understand that, bro. That's why I don't even play with players. Like my players that I'm putting in my lineups, 9 times out of 10, going to get a lot of targets, going to get a lot of value. So that's how I pick, bro. But I get that. Great point. Kev says, TD, you ever been ordained? Because you're a blessing. You blessing us, bro. Bro, I ain't trying to be funny. Yes, I have. Well, yes, I have been. I think I'm pretty sure what ordained is. Isn't it like spiritual and in church? But yeah, bro. I've had a lot of preachers. I've been to a lot of church for the first time, and people's like something, something different about them. So, bro, I appreciate it. I'm taking it as a compliment either way. But yeah, bro, I appreciate it. Thank you, Kev. Ryan says, best streaming quarterbacks got Breeze and Teddy out. Okay, best streaming quarterbacks. And I went through it earlier, bro, but I'll go over some real quick again. As we know, Taysom Hill. So, bro, I'm pretty sure, I'm telling you right now, you said your best streaming quarterbacks got Breeze and Teddy. So I'm pretty sure somebody probably already picked them up. If they haven't, bro, then you get Taysom Hill. Guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Also subscribe to this channel. But yeah, bro, I would say Taysom Hill. I also like Alex Smith. Kirk Cousins. His numbers, his game trend of numbers has been the best. So Kirk Cousins is not a bad play. Joe Flacco, maybe not this week. I don't like him against the Miami defense in those corners, but Joe Flacco after this week is nice. And then also you got Andy Dalton. And Andy Dalton probably has the best set of weapons for as a backup quarterback and as a streaming quarterback, bro. So I hope they help you out, Ryan. If you have another question as far as like you don't have those guys available, just let me know in the chat. Yeah, guys, make sure you share this stream to your friends. Like this content because it's going to get it out in the algorithm, guys. That way we can grow this community. So Trey says, I have Noah Fant and Scopes. Do I drop Scopes for Perriman or Mims? Yes, you do. That's what I'm going to tell you. You got Fant, man. You just take what you get from Fant so you can get better. You don't stick to one player and let that cap you off in other position because you ain't making no more waiver wires. So, yeah, bro, I would drop Scopes. And I will go, or Shorts, whatever his name is. Excuse me, guys, my English. And pick up Perriman or Mims, man. And more likely just pick up Perriman, not Mims, Perriman. He's the number one on this team on the outside. Now, Jamison Crowder is the guys with the most targets, but Perriman is the best deep threat on this team, bro. So I would do that to make my team better overall. Now, if I got killer receivers, then I won't do it. Because I'm already good there. So maybe I just sit pat if I got a great receiver. But if I don't, then I'm going to get Perriman to help me be better in the playoffs. My homie Jesse says, who's the better running back to use for the rest of the season, Gio Bernard or Singletary? Great question, bro. Neither. I'm not playing. I don't. Now, if I just you put a gun to my head and said, you choose. This is what you got. You said between not Perriman, but Gio and Singletary. I guess I would have to go with Gio. He's a starting, and then Moss is better than Singletary. He's gonna get more action in the green zone. So yeah, I would probably go with Gio if I had to choose between those two. But both of those guys are not good plays. Rex says, "What the heck happened to the Chargers defense? They got great interception touchdown, then did nothing the rest of the game." Bruh, Derwin James is out. He glues that defense together. When those edge rushers are there, like Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram, those are good rushers. But if they getting gaped, they ain't gonna be able to never have a chance to rush the passer like they should. So they need Derwin James back, bro, and he's out for the second time. He was out last year for a lot of games. He's out again. He needs to come back. I believe this team can be a lot better. Like next year, bro, this might be a sleeper team that you pick to win, to go to the far in the playoffs. But right now, man, they're gonna get gashed every week, bro, because they just don't have good they don't have good secondary players as far as the safety to hold everything, gel everything together. It's kind of like Pittsburgh. Remember, they had TJ Watt, they had Bud Dupree, but until they got Minka, then they wasn't showing it on the field. So yeah, they need another safety, bro. So Ryan says, "Rest in peace to the Bengals." I agree. Burrow out rest of the season. Yep, and probably Mixon too. I agree because they want Brand Mixon puts more mileage on them, and they only have a decent quarterback that's gonna get better with having Mixon in there. So it's like tomato, or like why would I do something like that? Rex says, "What is your thoughts on Crowder? His targets have gone away down there." Yeah, because Joe Flacco trying to get the ball deep. That's why I told y'all to go after Perriman, because Joe Flacco gonna throw the ball deep, bro. Now if Sam Darnold come back in there, you go get Crowder, because he's gonna pepper Crowder. But far as with Joe Flacco, and I think that he's gonna be in there for the rest of the season, the deep threats, Mims and Perriman. Yep. So guys, let me get on to the RBs now. So I'm gonna give you 5 RBs that you can stream, guys, this week. Now, one of them is Tony Pollard. He's playing Washington. Tony Pollard has looked very explosive, but this is Zeke offense. They're gonna try to get Zeke because they paid him all that money. They're not just gonna sit Zeke and give it to Tony Pollard and on the first year of the contract. So Tony Pollard is a good flex play if you have to. Washington, they defense is decent. So then maybe you might just pick them up so you don't have to bid on them for a better matchup. So go to Dallas and look up the matchups. And if you see a matchup that you think you can play Tony Pollard, then you that's what you do. Other than that, then maybe you don't need Tony Pollard. But maybe Savon Ahmed. Then people say, well, he only scored like 12, 13 points. Well, I don't care about that. You see he was getting the work. So as the quarterback's position gets more stable and they know what they're doing, they're going to give that more bell cow work. It's kind of like with Gaskins. Remember, Gaskin was floating between other players. But once the quarterback play got better, Gaskin started hitting. So same thing here. As the Miami stars quarterback play gets better, Savon Ahmed would get better. His role would get more defined. Another guy, guys, and this one of my favorite guys is Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell, he looked like Le'Veon Bell a little bit, didn't he? So, guys, pick up Le'Veon Bell. I think Le'Veon Bell will be a nice play. Yeah, they got Tampa Bay coming up this week, but maybe you just stash them for maybe a game in the playoffs where it's raining. You might have a rain game, and maybe him and Clyde gets a lot of work. So you got to prepare for stuff like that. Another guy, guys, and this is just because of COVID, is Gus Edwards. And guys, everybody gonna talk about him going forward, especially tomorrow, because you got 2 running backs out. The only guy left there is Gus. They probably gonna have to pick a guy off the streets. So Gus Edwards should get all the work, man. The caveat is they playing Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers is very good in the run game, but you have Lamar Jackson, so they more focus on Lamar. So Gus Edwards can have a good game. Remember, him and J.K. had a good game against Pittsburgh the first game. So guys, another guy, and he's back because of Rex Burkhead getting hurt from New England, is James White. James White, this is PPR. He's a now. If you don't play in PPR, you might want to pick him up. But PPR, this guy can give you 15 points or just on passing downs. He ain't touched the ball none in the run game. So that's how James White points is, guys. So let me go back in the chat. It says Uzi says, okay. Okay, Aladdin says, is Gio Bernard droppable? I'll wait and see one game. But if you need to go get a better player that you know has got a better situation, a better matchup, then yeah, you drop him. But to me, if I got plenty of room, I'm stashing him just to see what happens with Ryan Finley. Maybe he can play good with Ryan Finley. Maybe Ryan Finley does a lot of short passes with Gio. Uzi says, pick up Gus Edwards since Ingram and JK are out on the COVID list, and I agree with that. And that's what I just said, guys. You pick up Gus Edwards because he's the only healthy back there right now, as far as like out of the COVID situation. So Gus is not bad. I'm not gonna think he's gonna give you 20 points, but he can give you a nice flow between 10 and 15. Maybe they use him a little bit in the passing game since they don't have a passing back. So Vargas says, thoughts on combo. Trade Edmonds and Gio for another RB. My other RBs are Robinson, Jacobs, and Gibson. Bro, you good. You got Robinson, Jacobs, and Gibson. You don't need to, unless you want to trade Edmonds and Gio just to get another killer. I don't know your format. I don't know how you play. What format you in, or what if you play on ESPN or Sleeper. I don't know, but to me, you got Robinson, Jacobs, and Gibson. Like, you got 3 startable running backs. So if you want to take Edmonds and Gio and trade them for a startable running back, but I'm not trading them for a guy that's going to sit on the bench. Van the Man says, what do you think about Josh Jacobs for Nick Chubb? I'm not sure about it, but Chubb plays the Giants and the Jets in the fantasy playoffs. Okay, that's the way to give me some context. The Giants and the Jets. The Giants are a little bit tricky. I'm sticking with Chubb against. Man, look, you see what they do with Baker. They don't throw it that much. Derek Carr will throw it some. You see, they didn't even give a ball a lot to Josh Jacobs because it was a high-scoring game. I like Josh Jacobs, but I'm not. I would. Okay, I see. Okay, I'm sorry, I misinformed. So yeah, I would trade Josh Jacobs for Nick Chubb, man. He's getting split too. I know you would say, well, Josh Jacobs getting all the work. Nah, he's getting split too with Devontae Booker. Booker's gonna get some work too. Maybe not this week, like he didn't get a lot of work this week, but still, I think that's a good play, man. Just because of the playoff matchup, man. I would trade for Nick Chubb, bro. How you feel about James Wright, Burkhead being out? Yeah, Trey. Like I said earlier, man, James Wright is a flex play this week because Burkhead is out. Because Damon Harris is not gonna get all the work, and Sony can't catch at all. Well, I'm not saying he can catch, but they don't use him in the pass game at all. The special Juan says, should I trade Taysom Hill and Clyde for McKissick and Mark Andrews? Hill is a losing tight end. Is losing. Yeah, but you gonna trade a QB1? Let's just put him at the quarterback position. You gonna trade a QB1 and Clyde for a McKissick, a PPR back like a James White, and a Mark Andrews that's not reliable? I got to get more, bro, or I'm sitting pat. I would rather you can get something better for Taysom Hill because somebody needs a quarter. Look at somebody that needs a quarterback going into the playoffs that has a guy that they've been streaming or they've been switching quarterbacks. They need Taysom. They might not say that Taysom gonna be there long enough, but bro, he's playing 3 to 4 games. They said Drew Brees out 3 to 4 weeks. So even when Drew Brees comes back, Taysom still gonna have a role. Especially if he plays really good, they's gonna use him in the green zone, bro. So I just don't think Taysom Hill and Clyde is a good trade for McKissick and Mark Andrews. I understand you're trying to get a better tight end, but not McKissick. He got to put something else better than McKissick in there. Because you got Clyde. We know Clyde is an RB1 on that team on the Kansas City Chiefs. Taysom Hill is a starting quarterback. You can't. That's not enough. Marlon Dave says, is it okay to drop Gurley or Jonathan Taylor for J.K. Dobbins? Bro, I would usually say yeah, but I don't know how long he's going to be out for COVID. If he just missed this week, I'll say, yeah, you do that. But, bro, You can do it if you deep at running backs, then you do it. But I don't know how long he's gonna be out. I don't want you to trade for him and then you end up taking a loss because you didn't have a good RB to fill in the spot because you traded one of your killers away for a JK that's been out for 2 weeks. So I don't know about that, bro. So guys, yes, I hope y'all hit the thumbs up button if you're still here, or you subscribe to the channel if you're new, guys. I appreciate everybody being here. You here tune into the best fantasy football channel on YouTube. I said what I said. Oh, you good, Dave? So I'm trying to think of some other things that I can go over, guys, while we're here. So I'll just read out my list. I'm gonna hit the list real quick, and then if I don't have any questions, guys, I guess we'll go ready to get ready for our DFS tonight, and we'll end the stream. So, like I said, my 5 quarterbacks, guys, that you can stream this week is Andy Dalton. He's playing Washington. Joe Flacco, he's playing Miami. He's more of a stash. Kirk Cousins, his game trend is booming. I'm not saying his matchup true, but his game trend is booming, so he might be the play. Alex Smith, I love the way he's looking. He didn't have a lot of boom points, but he has a great team in front of him. So I'd rather have that than have a guy that's I believe his floor is the safest floor. I believe he at least gonna give you 15 points, and then it can boom any other way. And then Taysom Hill as far as a quarterback. Some of you guys are gonna have to make that decision. You might have quarterbacks, but if he's a top 12 quarterback, if you got Phillip Rivers, you want Taysom Hill over Phillip Rivers. So maybe you can keep both quarterbacks until Taysom Hill gets changed or Drew Brees comes back. Tight ends is Eric Ebron playing against Baltimore. He's from Pittsburgh Steelers. Richard Rodgers from Philadelphia Eagles. He's playing Seattle. Mike Gesicki from the Miami Dolphins. They playing the Jets. That's a nice matchup. And Irv Smith Jr. from Minnesota, who's playing Carolina. He's nice. And also Logan Thomas, and I talked about him. He's playing against Dallas. He's from Washington Redskins. Running backs is Tony Pollard from Washington. Savon Ahmed from the New York Jets. Well, he's not from the New York. He's playing the New York Jets. He's from Miami. I'm sorry. Le'Veon Bell from Kansas City Chiefs. They play in Tampa Bay, but there might be a stash. Maybe not this week, but next week he might have a better matchup as the weather get a little bit worse because as the weather is coming, it's getting cold. Gus Edwards, he's the only back after the COVID situation. He's playing Pittsburgh though. And James White, PPR King, flex play all day long. A floor of 15 points. As far as my receivers, Bashard Perriman from the Jets, he's playing Miami. Stash play, because I believe for his playoffs, the Jets will be real nice streamer. Curtis Samuel from the Carolina Panthers, and he's playing Minnesota this week. Nope, not a bit crazy, not like a exceptional defense or anything. Michael Gallup from the Dallas Cowboys, he had some drops, but you seen he got the targets. He can get behind players. He's playing Washington. Their secondary is not that strong, but they got a great front. Steven Sims from the Washington Redskins. He hasn't done anything, but since Alex Smith been in there, he's been getting targeted. So I believe that you can start playing Steven Sims. Just look what Steven Sims did with Alex Smith. They had a great chemistry last year. So he's from the Washington Redskins, and they play in Dallas. That's a good matchup. And my boy Alameda Zacchaeus from the Falcons, guys. And let me see. I'm sorry, I don't got that in my notes. Let me see who the Falcons playing this week. Do they got a bye? Let's see about that. Okay, they play in Vegas. So that's a nice little matchup if Julio's out. Now, this is only if Julio's out. So I'm going to go back in the chat, guys, answer these questions, and then we get out of here so we can watch some football tonight. How y'all feel about that? Okay. Let's see where we at. Okay. The special one says, do I start Duke Johnson versus the Lions or Clyde versus Tampa Bay in PPR? Bro, you don't touch Duke. Now, they may say this week, well, we're going to get him involved. I ain't involved. I'm not touching Duke Johnson. I played him that first week, but I still won. But last week he had like what 5 points. I'm not touching Duke, so I'd rather play Clyde against Temple because that's Kansas City. He can get some fall-in touchdowns. Dave says, "What you think about Woods' game tonight?" Yeah, man, Woods is the play. I'm playing him over Cooper Kupp because he's the number one there. And especially one said, "All right, thanks, man." Yep. So, guys, thank you for tuning in to this stream. Yeah, man. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that, special one. Guys, I appreciate you tuning in to this channel and this live stream, guys, and also thank you for subscribing to the channel. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel, guys, because I'm gonna keep giving you cutting edge information. I did my live stream a little late today because it's going into the holidays, guys, and I had to work a little bit longer. So, guys, I'm trying to get these videos out in the algorithm so I can quit my job and I can just give y'all all day, every day, great videos, detailed videos, instead of coming home at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and got to do a video before I go talk to my son and do things with my son because I got a son too, guys. So, but guys, I appreciate y'all being here. We're gonna win these leagues. We're gonna get this money. So, guys, y'all have a blessed day. Yeah, BMC, you right. I do got kids. I see that. I just want to see that last chat. Yeah, I do.